Welcome to Girls Run These Worlds and our season finale of this Misspent Youth series, Y2K Used to Control. I'm Abby. My pronouns are she, her, and tonight we'll be playing Misspent Youth, originally by Robert Bowl and using the Fall in Love, Not in Line edition by Frag and Unicorn Games. Misspent Youth is a very open system with two simple requirements: an oppressive authority and teenage YOs or youthful offenders ready to fight back against the tyranny of a world gone wrong. Because of the nature of a story about rebellion, and ours specifically, please be advised that our game tonight will contain possible content warnings for death, loss, grief, suppression of truth, parental pressure, firearms, social control, loss of identity, and history erasure. If that means you can't join us for our adventure tonight, please take care of yourself, and we'll see you with our future game offerings. We have some story to catch you all up on, and it has been a doozy. But before we do, I'll have our players go ahead with introductions. If you'll please give your name and pronouns, as well as a little bit about your youthful offender. And welcome back. We'll start with Art.
Hi! I was so suspiciously kidnapped last week. I'm Arcane Ending Everywhere, she, her pronouns. I'm playing Lux, also she, her pronouns, resident Nepo baby, who was missing for a week, who was not on vacation on a beach, but actually kidnapped and sent back to the city. And yeah, excited to jump back in.
We'll see you soon. Jilly. Oh, you're muted.
It's been like at least 2 streams since I've done that. That was gotta be like a record of some kind. Hi, I'm Jilly. I'm Olakid's Jilly, most places on the internet. Jilly is spelled with a G, which I understand is confusing, but there we have it. So you last saw Alice, who I play, whose pronouns are she, they. My pronouns are she, her. I got those people confused for a second. Method acting. We'll choose to call it method acting and not just being Friday. Alice is an engineer who has an affinity to technology, which has been evolving over the course of our rebellion, and discovered that her parents have been involved in some kind of technology integration with humans. It hasn't gone well in the past. So we're going to see how that goes. It's probably fine. I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Not at all. All right. Natalie, go ahead.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Natalie. I use she, they pronouns, and I play Casey, they, them. Our delightful little cinnamon bun of a boy. However, last week he had his poor optimism shaken in the face of seeing his friends get hurt and not wanting that. So down with the system and ready to break heads. So let's see how it all goes.
Yes, let's. Sophia.
Hi, I'm Sophia, also known as Nerdy Teddy, and tonight I will be playing Quinn, usually our wilderness scout, but she's not feeling so much the wilderness scout anymore and is craving isolation.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. There has been a rough ride. As for our setting, well, if you want the full story, please check out our previous episodes. It is a dirty tale, and a lot has happened. I'm going to do my best, but you should definitely check out the grand adventure that Y2K has been on. Suffice it to say that the Reclaimers are descendants of members of the Reclamation Operations Workforce, a pre-end international agency tasked with securing advanced technology against the fall of civilization. But when the end finally came, They instead kept the technology for themselves, and the Reclaimers have spent the last 300 years building themselves up as an order of quasi-mystic technicians that can still access what advanced cybernetic machines and data systems remain functional in this time. They are the protectors of the city, so named because its citizens are the only humans left post-collapse. The Reclaimers are a lie, a story about heroes that saved humanity when instead they made an elite kingdom for themselves out of the survivors. A question for my youthful offenders. What does the city mean to you? Lux, let's start.
Oh, what doesn't it mean? This is, I think you called it best in our chat, my favorite terrain. This is my bread and butter. I have actual influence here. I'm not just some schmuck in the woods who doesn't know how to navigate. I know people. I know how to get around. I have money to pay for things. Money means something in the city. I have missed it, but I also definitely now have a different opinion of the city, knowing kind of the influences in play and how my family has come into power and what that means. So I'm kind of evaluating my love for it, but also knowing that changes need to happen for me to call this my home again.
Got it. Alice.
I think similarly to Lux, Alice feels much more at home in the city than in the country, but also I think has been honing their skills in a place with less technology than the city. And so I kind of imagine this to be like getting used to sleeping in the country where there's very different sounds, and then going to New York and everything is so much all the time. So I think that Alice is apprehensive about being surrounded by so much again, but also has a level of pre-existing comfort there that is undeniable, because while it is not Alice's favorite terrain, it is filled with messages that she can read, right? Like, I feel like the city is like a library to her.
Got it. No, absolutely. I hear you, and I look forward to this part of the story. Casey.
Yeah,
The city.
so the city. Well, the city can be its own sort of goldmine of finds and collectibles and things people just toss away without knowing the value. And Casey being the scavenger type, they always found like that type of joy of finding the things that people leave behind, even when they think it's worthless, and finding the true worth in it. And as much as they love the greater world and the discovery of it all, and finding even more new and different things out there, they still have that appreciation of the city and the memories of gathering up things to give to their friends from what they find and turn to something that their friends would enjoy.
Nice. And I'm sure that's a complicated relationship. Quinn.
I think for Quinn, it's sort of the gilded cage, right? It's sort of everything she doesn't want. Where she wants that. Sure, there is adventure to be found in the city, but it's not the kind of adventure that she wants. It's not the kind of discovery she wants.
Got it. All right. Well, let's go ahead with a very quick recap of what our teens have already been through. They fled their training expedition with a stolen AI with memories of a murdered pre-end researcher named Brenna. They traveled through strange territories, but still within Reclaimer borders, until they reached an outpost called Haven's Reach, where they proceeded to make allies and enemies of the locals. Having met local teenagers Eli, Max, and Harper, and sheltered by Eli's mother Maura and the mayor Davis eventually, Y2K found a place to plant the seeds of their rebellion and discovered the secret of Haven's Reach, the pre-end military base, 127 deep under the small town, full of antique but powerful weapons and guarded by the artificial intelligence known as Avis. Over the weeks, Lux charmed the townspeople with her stories of other survivors and the city. Alice grew their bond and a mechanical hive mind with Brenna and Avis, as well as discovered more of her parents' research into human-machine connections and the ways they go wrong. Casey made an ally of Vance Ristic, a cunning smuggler from beyond the borders, and basically explored the world in a new and interesting way. And Quinn developed both a growing closeness with Eli as well as in determination to explore deeper into the wilderness far beyond the city. So my next question for all of you is, what moment has meant the most to you in this adventure? On screen with us or off in your own stories? We'll start with Lux again.
Okay. I thought about this, and I think for Lux, it was connecting with Moira and Eli and feeling like she has a second home, not only with her friends, but like an actual place that she could be comfortable in that isn't the city. Like she felt kind of weird in their camp. She felt weird in the wilderness. She's now hates the authority and doesn't want to be in the city, but like there is this place that can be like warm and friendly and accepting. And so that's probably been the most influential moment for Lux.
Got it. Alice.
I think having moments of not just like integration with technology, but having Alice's friends distinguish like these technologies as people and Alice as a person, and getting, I mean, to a certain extent, I was going to say Mora too, in terms of Alice not having really had like a parental figure in their life for a while. But I think the moments like when Casey stood up for Alice, and even just like having someone back Alice up consistently, I think is unique, because Alice is used to having friends but is not used to having consistently people there. So I think traveling with these people has been like oh, this is weird. Like, it's not bad weird. It's just weird. So I think having moments where it's like, yeah, I agree with Alice. And Alice is like, what? You agree with me? So I think that is significant and has influenced her thinking on distinguishing or finding humanity in technology and identity. So I guess that's kind of not a specific moment, but the moment I was thinking about was like when Casey arrived last week and was like, wow, this person really sucks. And Alice was like, I know, right? This person really sucks. And Casey's like, I'm going to do something about it. And Alice is like, yeah, you are. So there have been moments like that with everyone, but I think that being part of a team is new to Alice.
Awesome. I love it. All right. Casey, you're up.
Yeah, I think a big moment for Casey is when we had to make the choice that they were also afraid of, was to be left behind to make sure Az is okay and to try and catch up on their own. Knowing themselves being a very distracted individual, and also the worry of, did they actually leave anything for me? But still having the hope that, like, well, I'm sure my friends would look after me, right? They look out for me. Quinn showed me stuff, everyone knows. And then being able to follow the trails, trying to keep on track. And there's always like even if it's only been like a couple days between the time everyone else left from Quinn, there's still that mental image of, well, what if they already moved on from me? And then entering town, seeing Max that first time is like, oh no, what if they have moved on from me? Do they need me? But then bro moment with Max, and everyone was like, yeah, you're still our person, Casey.
Wonderful. All right. And Quinn.
So I think Quinn's definitely happened in all that time of like going out and mapping the surrounding wilderness and teaching people, especially Eli, all of the like tricks and here's how to find trails and stuff. But I think the exact moment is finding like a really like big hill, like a good spot to watch like the sunset, and just watching the sunset with Eli.
Awesome. Okay. Well, hang on to those thoughts, because we're still going. The Reclaimers attempted to bribe or guilt Y2K into their service, and when that failed, they sent a squad to retake Haven's Reach by force. The youthful offenders and their new allies defended the town and purged the last of its Reclaimer authority figures, but as always, there's a cost. Lux wasn't there to celebrate with them. Lux's rich and powerful family had paid for their daughter to be kidnapped and teleported back to the city away from her friends. You three could leave it at that. You won. You could be safe here, happy. Haven's Reach could be where you launch your next great adventure from. You don't have to keep fighting. Why go back to the city, the heart of the Reclaimers' empire? Alice.
Yes, that's me. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
looking over my things that I have, including a taser.
God, that taser. You have a sword too.
Yay!
But mostly I have a taser.
It's true.
Repeat the question. I got so distracted
Sure.
by thoughts of the taser.
Why go back to the city?
Oh, I think, primarily for Lux, like, we're gonna go get Lux, obviously. That is what the urgency is, right? But I think that Alice would always eventually want to return to the city, because there is, I think, while Alice loves, like, the people of this town, there is a limit to the technology that we can learn and access here. And I think that Alice feels that they're reaching kind of the upward limit of that. Like, they're not done, but I think that eventually they always knew they were going to head back to the city. Alice is a city girl. But I think that Lux is the primary motivating factor now. And it's like, we have a problem, we're going to solve the problem. Alice has, like, an immediacy issue where it's like, okay, we don't have to think about those things. Let's think about the next thing. And those things might as well not exist right now. It's extremely healthy. Thank you. No further questions.
God, to make a joke, Alice is running a bit low on RAM right now.
Yeah. Accurate.
Okay, Casey. Why the city?
Yeah. Well, Casey's like ride or die for the friends. He's not going to let Lux be left behind. And he knows that Lux is very much a city girl, but she was taken, not going willingly. And he wants to make sure she has the choice that if she wants to stay, yeah, then you stay. But if you want to go, I'll make sure you can go.
Wonderful. And Quinn.
I think we've kind of established that Quinn does not want to go back to the city at all. But I think, like, Quinn knows, like, that, like, they need to do this. Like, they need to strike a blow at the Reclaimers, not just out in the middle of nowhere where the majority of the Reclaimers are going to not be affected, not going to see it, not going to hear about it, but in the city. And obviously her friends are going, so she feels the need to go and support them and help them. So
Got it. Okay. Very well. Homeward bound then. Having studied the technology better, Avis begins to help Alice build your own teleporter for your group to follow the path of the person who stole Lux from you. But it's going to take about a month. A reminder to my players and the audience, in Misspent Youth, each authority has systems of control that must be defeated and exploits that the youthful offenders can use against them. They have authority figures who represent the authority in struggles with the characters. And as of today, Y2K has taken out the systems of control of their listening, where else will you go, temptation to join, and they have the weapons. The Reclaimers are on the ropes, but they have the remaining system of control of using tech untrained is a social taboo. The teens have built up their own exploits of Reclaimer technology, is old and unreliable. Brenna has access to databases the Reclaimers don't. The Resistance has allies in Haven's Reach. Avis allows Y2K into Base 127. And, as of last game, Haven's Reach has armor, weapons, and supplies from your prisoners for use or trade. Before we jump in, to our, for now, final story. Remember your friendship questions. It's been a hard spring. Your beliefs have been broken and reforged at great cost. Lux, you've gone from outrage in the world to outright wrathful. Alice, your pride in your beliefs has turned to arrogance, frequently getting you in trouble. Casey, you were fast and optimistic, and now you're efficient and cynical. Quinn, once you knew you were pretty, and now you're damn positive of it and have taken on vain. And as you said, your joys of being a wilderness scout have pushed into an isolation and wanting to be away from others. According to our previous discussion, you all are using your friendship question to heal one of these damage on Casey. Who is going to ask the question? Muted?
I suspected as much. Sorry, I was trying to find my friendship question tab. So I was like, haha, please hold. I'm
Sure.
going to ask the question, and I'm going to ask the question, what event did we experience together that bonded us in a new, weird, and interesting way?
All right. So I think in the aftermath of the recent events, between being in the base and making that explosive weaponized gun, and then trying to take on the hits when we were taking on Ramirez. I think at some point when we were just trying to keep ourselves occupied, you may have really seen that Casey has turned off from what you're used to them being, and being in a way that always made you feel more humanized, which is weird. So to see Casey lose that is a weird feeling. So I think the event was the first time when really Alice decided to maybe come with Casey on like, hey, do you just want to go collect something? Let's go find some buried technology around here. Let's not worry about scouting for now. Everyone else has got that. Let's go find something interesting. And I think that gets Casey back into a more playful mindset, especially hearing Alice wanting to do it. And then like, okay, I'm going to find you the best hidden tech I can absolutely find here. It's not going to be in the base. It's going to be somewhere out in like the field somewhere. I know it. I can feel it. And we just keep working until like sundown trying to find something. We get muddy grass and hair. And then we do find it's not even real technology, but it's just like one of those old, those like the recorder in Home Alone 2. We just find one of those broken out in the field. Unsure what it is at this point, but it is such an interesting and fun find either way.
I like it. I also like the idea of at various points Alice being like, that looks interesting, and Casey's just like, that's a rock. And then
You're like, are you into like geographical like rock finds? That's cool.
I don't know a lot. Alice doesn't know a lot about rocks. Alice does not know about nature.
Maybe you can find a fossil, get some DNA from it, and make Dinobots.
That seems very much within my capabilities.
Sweet. We're gonna find a fossil. Do it.
Did
And
I
all
forget to
find us like the
mention
little mosquitoes.
I have a dino army now.
Nothing can go wrong with this plan. Amazing. Well, I certainly feel my optimism coming back, so that's lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, players. That is as much build as I can give you. However, I have to ask my Haven's Reach players to give us a second because Lux, you remember the hand grasping your arm. You felt the surge of energy, the sense of the world going a sort of blue-white shade, and then you arrived, and it was sort of almost a holding area, a space that was clearly set aside for this sort of technology use. And the woman releases your arm. It's like, okay, you can have a tantrum right now. Are you gonna? Can I call your parents?
All I want to do is swear on the stream right now, which I won't do. But Lux is gonna spill some expletives at this person and be like, "You don't even know what you've just done. Like, I will remember this forever. And someday I'm gonna be more powerful than you'll ever imagine."
You know, I'm pretty positive you can't say anything to me that I haven't heard before, but just let off some steam. I'll go tell your parents. I'll go collect my fee, and just have a good rest of your life, kid. And you see again the woman in the high-tech suit just kind of dusts her hands and heads out, and you are left in this kind of, like I said, an area that's equal parts equipment room and cell almost. And eventually, probably an hour or two. So plenty of time for you to wreck some stuff. Hey, you still got your purse. There's jam in it.
So much jam.
I was going to say, you took some things out of Maura's house. So yeah, you have lots of objects. But at a certain point, there is a buzz on the door, and your parents come rushing in. Your mother, not even reading the room, despite her ability to do so, immediately rushes to hug you.
Yay.
Oh, darling. Oh, look at you. Oh my goodness. Oh, she didn't. I'm sorry. That they didn't hurt you, did they?
Oh, like a lot. And it's super gross in here too.
Of course. Dear. No worries. We'll go ahead and get you home. Let's go. We're over in the northern, northwestern, but we're gonna get home to Crestview, and everything will be fine. We've got a nice dinner going. We were so excited the minute we heard you were home.
Yeah. I'm so excited to be back. I'm gonna need a shower and like I'm so broke now. They took like all my money.
Oh, those thieves. Terrible. Of course, dear. I know you want to care about your friends, but you can't let people use you, darling. And we'll shuffle you away back into, as you say, your shower, your lovely home, all of the nice things that you left behind to go on this expedition you didn't want to go on. And days pass, and it's as if you are the lost prodigal. Your mother fusses over you and again sort of just checks on you slightly too often. It takes some time for that to fade off, but for the first few weeks it is smothering, and they keep watching as if you're some sort of like trauma victim and waiting to be what you need.
Yeah. Lux will definitely play off that and try to like gain their trust back. Be like, yeah, totally. I was such a victim. Wow. I mean, Lux is so great at acting, as we know. But like constantly checking the mail or like something to hear from her friends out there. Like, okay, I left, but that wasn't like a safe area that I disappeared from. And what the heck is happening out there?
Mm-hmm. So, you're reading your parents' mail, or you're checking for something that's coming to you?
I don't know how they would code it because that is not Lux's forte. So probably everything obsessively and not super helpful, I'm sure.
Got it. No worries. So yeah, in the beginning, needless to say, everyone is kind of keeping an eye on everything, but it will start to normalize that you're able to, just passing by your father's office, you hear a meeting, a discussion that is, basically the point of, yes, of course, we understand that, resources will need to be diverted. However, we can only spare so many troops. There has to be maintenance that's kept on the city. And you hear things that sound suspiciously like activity that is heading out to join another initiative that was further out. You don't hear from your friends directly, though. Does Lux go out? What does Lux do with her time?
I think she would start, because she's still trying to act like what her parents want her to, be like, I really miss my old friends and like my old life, and I just want to see them and get back to normal, and like start putting out feelers in the city of like, what do you actually know? And do you know how to use technology or communication? Because I do not at all. And one of my friends is really good with it. And I bet if we tried hard enough, she would hear it.
Okay. All right. So you return to what was your social circle. That
Delightful people, I'm sure.
absolutely.
Mm.
And they do, for a bit there, you definitely, at least from a few of them, get the same treatment that you're getting from your family of the, you had to go to the woods and then you got kidnapped from the woods into more woods. That's awful. And that like these are people that in another year are probably going to have to go on their own expeditions, but they're just kind of hoping that your disaster story is going to get them out of it. But definitely you notice some people, some friends of friends, the social circles as you start like pushing out around the edges. Yeah, there are people that are interested in the fact that you're saying things that shouldn't be said. That, the idea of, hey, I bet anybody could use this computer, or, what do you have to do? They're user friendly, and so you start getting some interest to the point where eventually somebody who is not really one of your friends, but is somebody that you've seen on the periphery. It's hilariously, it's probably one of your very nice friends' dealers. Who's just like, hey, were you serious? Like, I mean, come on, princess. What do you know about like illegal tech?
Like, so much. I've seen it and I've talked to it. It talks to you. Did you know that?
So
It's
if
pretty
I
cool.
found you some more, you could do something with it?
Like, that's pretty open interpretation. Like, yeah, I could do something. Is it what you want me to do? I don't know. But like, if you help me out, I can help you out. And like, I know people and you know people. And really what we need is my friend that's still out in the woods. And like, yeah, some of them are really bad, but like this one, she was kind of like a city girl too, and she was kind of taken too. So she knows more than me, and like she's been teaching me. So if we find her, you can't even imagine what she can do. Like, it's crazy.
All right.
She turned a whole man into a computer and then like back to a man. I don't even know.
For real?
For real. I
Oh
saw
my
it.
gosh. Well, damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's make a trade. You, your family's like important. If you can get me some info about, I don't know, like when the local authorities are having their big meetings, so that'll have an empty space in their schedule. I can I can see what we can lift off of after the parts truck.
That's like so easy. My parents literally won't leave me alone, so I know their entire schedules. It's actually even boring information to give you, honestly. But it's worth a lot, so let's keep this deal.
Sure. So it sounds as if Lux is gonna, at least until able to contact anybody else, is up to her own one-person revolution over here.
It's a little nefarious, but
I mean,
I'm full of rage at this point, so
yeah,
whatever
I
it
was about
takes.
to say. I was like, you are, in fact, wrathful. It's on your sheet.
It's right there.
Yeah. You do eventually, by the way, on the notion of wrathful, you see on an invoice, which is the invoice of your kidnapping. You basically see that the woman her name is Delphi, and her contact information is all listed. Like that was a very solid transaction for you.
Wow, so convenient that they keep such clean records of everyone's name. Wow, love this system.
Yep. Gotta love horrible capitalism. Yeah. All right. So yeah, between messing with some of the tech, it kind of over the weeks you end up with sort of a great agreement. The gentleman's name is Goody, or as he's called Goody, and he will take your money and use it to your money and your information and use it to trade out, finding supplies or finding people to be interested in this. And yeah, you've kind of got a weird little following on the underside of your social behaviors and feeling out who in your current generation would be interested in this message. All right, but weeks pass. 1, 2, 3. You're at a month. There's a week more than that. And they wouldn't leave you. But you don't know how to reach them. Unless you're making a plan to leave. But could you really do the woods by yourself?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Let's be real. I almost died by like a slow running creek, I think we established earlier. So
that was established. You're correct.
I do know someone with a teleporter, though. Very
you sure do. Okay. I will leave you with that thought because it has been a month since the attack on Haven's Reach. All of you. You have had time to help town rebuild, to certainly, establish and continue your relationships, but you have stayed driven to at least one thought in the back of your heads, which is that you're going to get back to Lux, and that your only option aside from marching over the mountains, which is still a viable plan, is this teleporter sort of adjacent object that Avis is offering. It can't go everywhere, but it can trace back the signal that Avis recorded and that Alice felt. And so, Alice, you spend a period of time, not constantly, but a period of time almost every day, just basically Casey's finding the pieces through the base. Alice is putting this together. Quinn, do you try to help them, or do you sort of keep your distance and let them work? Oh, I'm not hearing anything.
Now it is you who are muted.
Now it's you that's muted.
I'm sorry, I zoned out for the end of that. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Do you Alice is putting together things with Avis's instructions. Casey's finding parts throughout the base to do it, these antique parts. Does Quinn sort of leave them to the teleporter project and take some time alone, or does Quinn want to try and help?
think at first Quinn would start out trying to help, but she doesn't really, this isn't her element. So unless there are like parts that they need her to like go track down in the woods, she's eventually going to like leave them to it.
Okay. So yeah, you all, you are spending your time together. Quinn, there's things that you are needed for in town sometimes. You certainly have time to talk to Bernard, though it's not much of a conversation. Eventually, from Mayor Davis that the prisoners are intended to be traded back to the Reclaimers, but that's a conversation for a different day. Because they don't trust them to just let them go. So that's something that the town's going to be dealing with. But that this is coming up soon. Like, there's only a few things. Alice is even getting like a feeling that this will be any day that they're going to crack it, that they've got this. So all of you have a chance right now. You're going back into the city. You're going back into unknown circumstances, but it is a hostile environment. It is one that does not want well for you. You have friends here. Are you going to ask any of them to come with you?
I think Alice will ask Avis, because Alice is very intent on treating Avis as a being. And so, also, though Alice doesn't really know how it works, if like part of Avis can come with her and part of Avis can stay, or if that would be a problem. So I think Alice will straight up ask.
Okay. Avis looks very serious, which is pretty much one of Avis's only settings, bless.
Mm-hmm.
And so he concentrates. It's like, I have not left the base since I became this. Part of me wishes to know, but I am concerned about leaving the facility, and it's still many dangers, unprotected or unmonitored. If you wish, I can provide you with a portion of my code, but it would be far from my current processes, and it would rely entirely upon your own information. I would not be connected to you the depth that I am. It would simply be, I suppose, as if I was over your shoulder.
I mean, it is up to you. I mean, I will be coming back eventually, so I hope. So if you would like to experience the city, then we can go on a grand adventure.
Then yes, I will provide you with access to act as my peripheral. And when you return, we will join again, and I will accept this new information, and it will be as if I left.
Great. And Alice also, all of the tech that she's stolen from soldiers that they knocked out over the course of this whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
I assume there is info from the city on there too. So Alice has not only downloaded all of that information, but has also given it to Avis. So Avis should have everything that they had about the city, which I imagine most of it would be new because Avis hadn't had contact with, or direct contact with the city.
Yep. No, Avis has some information due to communications that occurred with the previous researchers in that were in the base previously, but you get some information off the soldiers' information, but also you realize that they don't really have a ton of like the reclaimer information you're looking for specifically.
Mm-hmm.
They're not telling everybody just about everything.
Sure.
But yeah, you take what you can, you share it with Avis, and Avis goes ahead and, in the same similar way to the way that the fingers reached out and touched the light hologram with Brenna, there's just a point of the hologram reaches out to almost like brushing your hair with a hand, and Alice feels the presence of Avis there. And there is just in the same way that you would have a conversation with them in the room, Avis is present.
Cool.
Okay. Anybody else? Casey, have you decided to ask anyone, or are you leaving them to Haven's reach?
Yeah, I think Casey does think about it quite a bit. He does think about like the kind of, Hardy Boy chaos he could cause with Max, just running through the city, being loud and boisterous, being distractions, causing uproars while having the best time with it. But he also knows, out of everybody, Max knows Haven's reach in and out. And if anything was to happen, people need to know how to get out. And then he does consider Vance. And maybe like for a moment, if they cross each other, Casey does look like they want to say something, but ends up just being like a quiet nod of, I want to say something, but it's better off if we just leave it. And I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, and you get sort of a similar feeling back, that in the same way that the very first time you met, like, Vance wanted to give you that offer to come with and get out of danger, but having already heard your answer once, knows what you're going to say. And you get the feeling that they're going to probably stay around this area a bit, but just to see if you come back. And they hope so. And he gives a nod of the yeah, I'll see you around.
Don't fall back into bad habits while I'm away.
I mean, if I don't have bad habits, what kind of habits am I going to have?
Fair.
You cut me off.
I'll make new bad ones.
Sound like my kid.
Cause trouble.
That's right. There you go. Yeah, bring me back some of those green gummy snacks. I love those.
All right. I'll bring you the rainbow. We got to taste the rainbow. We're going to do it.
Okay. I mean, bring back enough so we can get a profit too. But yeah, absolutely.
We're going to taste the rainbow. All right.
That's all Casey heard.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Color tasting, yes.
I'm gonna bring you weird snacks.
Yeah, all of it. Like those gummies that look like burgers, totally bringing those.
Okay, and Quinn, you may have some thought for it, but Eli shows up first. Kind of mostly getting a vibe about all of you and the tension and the conversations that are happening in the house. At one point, as you're heading outside like you usually do to get some air, and Eli will follow and say, I want to go with you.
I'm not going to stop you, but I got to be honest. I think look, this is going to be worse than what we just did. Things are still rebuilding here. You've got your mother. I do think you should stay. I won't stop
And
you.
You see... No, go ahead.
But I don't know. I don't want you to get hurt.
When you mention Maura and like that does seem to give him pause. But when you finish with the "I don't want to see you get hurt," like he reached out and he's like, exactly. That's like I want to go see the city because I've never seen it before, but also I don't want to see you get hurt. And I feel like you're gonna. I don't know how to properly. I don't know how to say this. I want to go see whatever you're gonna go see, Quinn. I know I'm not as good at you at it. I know that I can be helpful, but I can stay here and I can handle this and I can get everything ready. But you have to come back. You have to promise you're gonna come back. But you tell me.
Of course I'm going to come back. But I just... I need to know, is this just about me leaving now? Or is it what's next?
What do you mean?
I think you know that I want to go see what else is out there in the world. Is this also about that? Is this you saying you want to come with when I leave?
I have lived in this spot all my life because I didn't think there were any more people out there. I didn't think there was anything else worth seeing. And now there's everything. But mostly, you know, your face does something really pretty when you see something you've never seen before. Do you know how good that look is? I think I'll follow you around just to see it. So you have to come back.
I will.
Okay.
I definitely will.
And he looks around the field of sunflowers. It's like, I'll be here. And yeah, he will lean in for a kiss if he can pull it off.
Yeah, Quinn lets that happen.
Okay. And the next morning, Alice, you think you've got it. You're pretty positive that this device, it's small. It doesn't have a good power source. You're going to have to pretty much hook it up to Brenna's system, which you have some concerns about because Brenna's power source is pretty old too, but you think it'll work. You think you've got what you need.
Great news, everyone. I did it. It will work, probably. Chance of death is minimal within acceptable parameters. Go team.
Yeah.
Battery
High
life. Alice will accept the high five. The battery life is not great. I have to be clear on this.
So like a one-time thing, essentially? We just pop out?
Well, one time, and then I need to find a better way to power it, which the good news is there will probably be in the city.
Yeah. Can scrap up something, I'm sure.
And I'm sorry, I know, Quinn, that like the traveling is like your favorite part, but also my shoes are very dirty.
Mm.
And
I thought
time is
about taking a car.
well, time is of the essence because, you know, I know it's been a while, but like Lux could be like dying or whatever. Or even
Yeah, like what if they
worse.
took her bag and gave her like a
what
really
if-
ugly, like beige bag with like a green puke liner or something?
What if they are forcing Lux to operate without a credit system? That kind of torture.
What if no one
just cannot
remembers
abide.
her?
Shock. Horror. Surely not.
No, who could
I
forget Lux?
No.
We have her painted on murals now. It's great.
It's true, Lux is very famous. But you know, we need to go bring Lux back to where she belongs, which is where there are no boba places within a 1 block radius.
I thought you were going to say us, but okay.
I mean that too also. But yes, so the upshot is it will work probably. We will not die likely. We will not be able to use again until I charge it, definitely.
All right. I like the odds. Didn't need to say them, but let's go.
Wait,
Yep.
hold on. I just want to know, what are the acceptable parameters?
I
And
feel like we
Maura
don't really
looks up
need
and is
to
like,
dwell on the details.
I would like to know that as well.
I just feel like we sped past that part and just.
You noticed that, did you? I feel like I don't really want to get into like the technical nitty-gritty of it. You know, it would really be too complicated for someone without a technical mind. But the good news is that I am reasonably confident that no one will die.
And Maura will again sort of has just been listening to all of this happening across her kitchen. And it's just like wanders over, puts down the bowl that she was working with, comes over and, just hugs hugs Alice. It's like, I trust you. I believe you. Okay.
I'm very glad because, I'm an orphan.
Well, I was about to say, you've said, dear, and
I feel like Mara's heard this like 80 times throughout.
Yeah,
This doesn't work
like
anymore on Mara.
like you've said, dear, but I know you're going to take good care of your friends, and we'll sit and hug everyone of the. Or do you have everything you need? Do you have the supplies? What? Just make sure if we need to go get anything from town for you, let us know. But
I don't carry things. That is everybody else's job. But
okay.
I know Casey did some work on that first.
Yeah, we got armor. We took their guns. I got a sword. I wouldn't mind a bag of.
Did I mention my taser?
Yeah, we always got the taser, trusty and true.
I understand. Like we all have seen your lucky taser.
How about a bag of sunflower seeds to go?
That I can do. And you are soon presented with a bag of sunflower seeds. She's like, you can either eat them or leave a trail to find your way back, or plant them and see what sunflowers will grow in the city.
And now I know that I'm not supposed to eat the shells.
Important, very much so.
You can spit them in the faces of people you don't like.
That may or may not be based on a real life thing that I did.
Excellent. All right. Anything else that you all would like to do or people you would like to talk to before you hit the button?
Quinn just wants to say before we do this, I want to say before we hit that button that I did say the chances of death were minimal in the woods and nobody believed me. So
But my shoes.
if we don't make it, just know that I win.
Fair.
Lux could be dying right now, and then we immediately cut to like Lux in a coffee shop. Like,
Yep. You press the button. Okay, excellent. There is, again, that blue-white light that envelopes all of you. And because you are following the exact signal that were followed back from Delphi, you end up in a white room that seems to have some equipment and is kind of a holding area. The door's open because no one is expecting any transporter activity today. But yeah, you are currently in what you were not aware of, but is definitely like a transport facility.
We should maybe go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should linger.
You said there was some tech in this room, so is there anything that's swipeable?
It's not really tech, it's so much as like cleaning equipment. Like there's
Uh,
again, it's not a storage closet that she was kept in, but there's basically there's stuff off to the side that is, kind of a couple monitors and the stuff that's used to take care of the rest of the facility.
if there's a broom, I'll just casually take a broom.
Sure, that's your broom now. It was always your broom. No one can
Yeah.
say otherwise.
I'm here to clean. Okay, I got the perfect disguise, everybody. Let's go.
These three filthy miscreants leave the room with a broom.
Yep.
I want to check because I'm here. I assume I can hear stuff now.
Yes, and thank you for mentioning that. If you are actively trying, it is loud. There is multiple systems, and yet the interesting part is you've been merging with old tech. You've been merging with pre-end systems. You are hearing something that take Chipmunk and turn it up real fast. So you are hearing technology that is high above what you're used to. You can still touch it, but it is zooming along. And so that is currently what's hitting your senses very hard if you reach out.
Okay, I want to give part of it to I want to do basically the reverse of what Avis and Brenna did before when they were like Avis shared with me so that my brain could do some of the processing, and I want to share with them and have them do some of the processing. And I want to like search in particular for any signals talking about rich girls in jail or like problems that I think might be related to Lux.
Okay. As you're walking along, because again, I feel like does Alice stop for this, or is this a we're walking
This
movement?
is a Sorkin walk and talk.
Okay, got it. Brilliant. So you all are headed through a lot of just brutalist government corridors, trying to find your way out. And Alice, you can feel your brain shifting into that gear where all of your brains are active and are working on this. And Brenna actually catches it first, and you hear a sound that doesn't come from Brenna often, which is a small laugh, very faint. And it's like, she arrived. I have record of her arrival.
That's good.
She's all right. I have her address.
Like jail or?
She does not appear to be incarcerated. I would not know until we arrive at her location.
Well, she was kidnapped, so I assume there's like maybe she's being like held somewhere.
That is entirely possible. How would you like us to try and track her?
If only there were Twitter because I could or Instagram because I could just see where Lux has tagged people today. I mean, I guess we can go to Lux's address. I will bring this to the group and I'll be like, well, we have Lux's address, but like, I don't know if Lux is there or.
There is also the possibility that you can monitor communications around her district, I believe. Yes, from what I'm seeing here, the city is divided into districts. Yes, Lux's district has a central communication hub if you wish to monitor for communications that would be similar to her.
Sure. Do that. What a great idea. Thanks, Brain.
And you just hear the duel of you're welcome, Alice.
If we go to Lux's address, I would say we don't walk up to the front door. Maybe find a place to watch from. Wait for Lux to come outside or something. Or at least some confirmation that Lux is there.
Well, we
I
can
mean,
find a window that's like decorated with hearts and stars and fun, luscious curtains. I'm sure that might be her window, and then we can just like pebble throw windows because we're like the cool kids. Like, yeah, come on, Lux, come outside.
Well, do we like Lux doesn't have a phone is the problem. Like how I want to like
Travesty.
ping I want to ping Lux, but I don't know how because we don't have implants. We could leave a letter or a note. We could arrive with the mail. Life without texting is really hard.
Granted, it's been a while, at least a little bit, since I've been to the city, and I was never very good at being in the city, but should we, I don't know, try to blend in?
I hold up my broom.
I'm just thinking we've been in the woods for some
We should
time.
almost definitely take a shower, but let's leave a note maybe. I mean, I assume that Lux can read notes. We don't even know that we need to. Let's go stalk Lux and then shower first, then stalk Lux. Maybe.
I mean, you have several options in front of you. You have some money, as Lux said. She certainly brought some money, so you have some. You also have, if you wish to push your luck, you have tech with you, which for the right/wrong people will get you a lot of things in a hurry.
Maybe I'll just have a package delivered. I need a courier. I could be a courier. Does anybody else feel particularly curry today?
And you all find yourself, as Alice says this, you find yourself coming out of this building, which you were getting some weird looks. You definitely were getting some weird looks.
Sure.
But nobody stopped you because, well, you had a broom and they weren't positive. Most of them just really wanted to get on with their day and not deal with whatever you were. But you come out of this building and sure enough, the city is laid out in front of you. It's, as we were talking about in our chat at one point, it is like stepping out into New York. It is tall buildings, high activity, even more so now that we're getting to the close of day. And it is a drastic difference from Haven's Reach. You were dealing with a place that didn't even have, more than 3 vehicles tops. And now you have this happening.
All right. If we act now, we might actually have the cover of the crowd.
Sure.
There's a lot going on.
Okay.
How confident am I that I wouldn't be recognized?
You don't think that you're going to be recognized. I mean, it depends on by whom. You don't have, you don't have the traits rich and cool like Lux does. So you don't have like the same immediate face value. You do kind of notice a feeling that the tech that you're looking at might be looking back at you.
Sure.
But again, that's kind of hard to read because you've got a lot happening in your brain right now. So you don't think
Okay.
you're going to be easily physically recognized because not a lot of people know you.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to write a note that says, "Were you kidnapped?" ? I mean, I know the answer to that, but it's important. Guess what? It's us. Period. If
Y
you're
to the
not,
K.
yeah, if you're not under house arrest, let's go burn some shit down. Period. Y2K! ! And that's it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fold it, and I'm gonna put like, I don't know what couriers or like message people look like, but I'm gonna like put a coat on and try and like look the least like me that I can. Alice is not good at this.
No worries. You are, again, you've lived in, you have researchers. You've lived in a life with researchers. You are aware of what government communiques and other, courier services look like. You do your best. You're certainly going to look like somebody who's had a rough day. But equally, you have a major benefit, which is your families don't actually know each other. Like, you were
No.
on an expedition together, but you weren't super friends before that. So
I assume that I've never like formally met Lux's parents. Like,
no,
I
probably
just
not.
know of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, everybody knows of them. They're major administrators. They're in charge of multiple districts. So yes, you approach this very like lovely home, and in fact, you feel many eyes on you, as there is very clear security on this building.
She's gonna go up with the note, like it's the end of a long shift, and she's just trying to get things done. And like, is there a guard in front of the door, or can I just like knock on the door?
No, there is not a guard on the door. You do feel the presence of a camera. There's a kind of a whine and a presence a little stronger of being watched.
So, to avoid what, I don't know if they have like facial recognition or whatever, I'm gonna have like the cap at a jaunty angle.
Jaunty angle, fabulous, excellent. And so the door opens, and there is what is very clearly domestic staff for the home. And yes,
Got a note.
very well. Which of the administrators is this for?
Lexi, Lucy.
This is for one of. I see. Thank you so much. I will take this to her.
Cool. Tip.
I'm afraid that. No, thank you. Have a good evening. And like closes the door.
Rude, first of all.
You asked a maid for a tip. She's like, I don't have that with me.
This is worth a shot.
Yep, it was a nice try. Full points. And I say maid, it's probably more like an actual like equal parts secretary and housekeep. And so Lux, you are you home? Are you like coming back from something? Like, what have you been up to today?
Lux is probably still pushing the boundaries on how much she can be out. And like, there's not TikTok to scroll, or that's what she'd be doing at home. You know what I mean? So the only way to actually get that social interaction is to talk to people. Can't relate.
Fair, and you're very good at it. So you come home and you discover a note that has been left on your desk. It is beat up, but you recognize the handwriting.
Oh my god. Finally! I thought you guys were freaking dead. So cool of you to let me think that for so long. Then she'll like open it. Just having a monologue with this piece of paper.
So yes, you see the message that was just described.
Great.
They're here.
You left a super clear location. Thank you.
I thought you were there, okay? You chose not to be there.
I didn't know you were coming. Note.
Yeah, this is just us arguing with paper is what's happening.
It is. That's lovely. I love it. But so you know your friends are out there somewhere. And you actually, unlike them, have a network. You have people who know if anyone unusual is in the area. You have actually the best chance of finding them. What do you do?
How the turntables.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to hook up with Cody or whoever my like immediate contact is now. Not necessarily show them the note, but describe maybe the cameras at my place and my guess of the time frame. And just kind of a general like 3 scrappy teens that look like they've never set foot in a bathroom. They don't know what makeup is.
Astounding.
Uh-huh.
And so you were asking this of Goody?
Yeah.
Okay. Goody's like, I'll put the word out. Sure. So you want me to just come get you when I find them? Or do you want me to bring them to your place?
I don't know how spicy this is, but I kind of want to give them the address of Delphi's and try to meet them there.
Okay.
And not tell them anything. Just
Sure.
like give them an address to meet up.
100%. Okay. So you let Goody know. And that evening, while you're making your machinations, because your time has come, you actually hear your parents having an argument off in the other room, and it seems that your friends have been, at least in some way, detected. That people don't know where they are, but you hear this argument where they're very clearly trying to keep their voices lower because they don't want you to find out, and they're trying to figure out some cheap excuse to ground you so that you can't possibly run across them. And your mother makes a comment that you don't like the sound of we tried this. If we can't keep them separate, then we just have to make them go away. And so your time is short. Goody is generally pretty reliable. So you assume that you're going to try and meet up with them later? Or at least get out of the house before your parents do what they're about to do.
Yeah, for sure. I would act like I have an engagement with like whatever one of my friends they think is like bougiest, safest. Be like, yeah, we're totally meeting for boba right now. It's just around the corner. I'll be back in like 2 hours, and like you totally know where they are and who their parents are.
Of course. When you get back, we need to have an important discussion.
Ugh,
Okay.
Gross. Okay.
You know we love you.
Ew. Yeah, bye.
Excellent. Okay, so after the delivery of this note and no obvious response from the house, where do you 3 get to?
We go to get boba, obviously.
Cool. Alice is Miss Boba. Got it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know that Alice has anywhere to go in the city anymore. She lived in a research facility, and that doesn't seem like a great place to be. So I'm open to suggestions.
Correct.
Yeah, I feel like Lux must have told us like a ton of stories of her favorite places. It's like well, this place was the best and I miss it. So Casey's like, yeah, we should check it, see what's so cool about it. It must be cool if Lux liked it.
You're gonna lay in wait in Lux's spots.
This is the most teen rebellion thing I can think of is like, well, we've delivered our note and we have nothing to do. I guess we'll just go get boba.
Well,
How does Quinn feel about this? I
yeah,
feel like
God.
Quinn
How does Quinn
probably
feel
has
about
feelings.
this?
Forgot I was muted again. Quinn would definitely want to stop somewhere. Like, Quinn doesn't necessarily have a fashion sense, but is aware that like the hiking clothes she's wearing may not blend in very well in the city. So we'll like stop somewhere and like get a hoodie at least to like cover up with. And then Quinn's vote is to just like hang out in a park or something and wait.
Got it. Okay. At a certain point, later in the evening, you all, in fact, are reaching the point where it's starting to get close enough to like later evening that you're kind of wondering where you're going to have to hole up for the night. You had not thought this part ahead. And you are approached by a young man, dark hair, thin, sort of. Quinn, you got to appreciate the guy looks like he could blend in real well with kind of the evening shadows. He's got that sort of, in fact, intentional look going on. And immediately takes a look at the three of you and is kind of got a nervous look and is like, hey, I'm just gonna do this. Are you from out of town recently? Which is a weird ass question because nobody is from out of town.
Who's asking?
Well, a lady that I owe a lot of favors to. Her name is Lux.
Are you like, do you like work for Lux?
We work together. I would like to point out we work together.
I see.
Yes, usually she's the one making me go pick up things. Yes.
So to be clear, the relationship is that she tells you to do things and you do them. I know that feeling.
There are
Hold
other
on.
parts of this, but yes.
To make sure you know, Lux, what is something important in her bag?
I mean, she maced me once.
He definitely knows Lux.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Got it. Yeah. She told me to give you this address and to meet her there.
Great. This can't
Cool.
possibly be
Give
any
him the
kind
broom.
of trap. Let's go here in exchange.
I mean, you don't-
for your
like-
service.
Here's a
Broom,
broom.
like, okay. Weirdo.
You never know when you have to sweep someone off their feet.
I think that's like just a turn of phrase.
Have you tried it?
No. I guess.
Well, there you go.
Sure, I'll hit somebody with a broom sometime and see how it works out for me.
Sweep, not hit.
You're weird. You're a weird guy. Okay. Yeah, just anywho, yeah. If you need anything, you know what? She knows how to reach me. And like it very much looks like I have done my part of this job. And but you also catch that he literally said the words "from out of town," which is weird message. Yeah, I'm gonna go. You should meet up with her. She gets real tetchy. In fact, she's been a lot lately.
Just
You only
lately?
scratched like the surface of Lux.
No, I mean, I'm serious. Like, she's been doing some stuff. I gotta respect, but yeah, we
Like,
could all
are
kind
you-
of. Dude, go ahead.
Are you gonna like qualify that with any further information, or just be like vague?
You know what? I hope you all know what you're doing, because I feel like we could all burn for this. But I'm looking forward to seeing how far we can get it.
Thing about burning,
Hmm.
it makes things brighter.
Interesting idea. What's your name?
Alice.
Goody. He shakes hands. Huh. You know what? Could be an interesting night. You know what? I think I'll stick around. And he's like, I can probably show you where that is a little faster than you can.
Cool.
I like the confidence, but I have a map in my brain. Go ahead.
You get a weird look for that. Okay. All right. So then you lead on, and I will watch what she has so much confidence in. And so you all head off to the address you've been given? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there is you're in the city. There is a lot to get done in a very short amount of time. So we're going to be back in 10 minutes to continue the beginning of the end for the Reclaimers. Remember that you cannot fight the authority if you haven't had your meds or enough water, so grab a drink and a stretch. And if you want to take a second to subscribe to our Twitch channel or the YouTube, it'd be much appreciated. All right, see you soon. Excellent. Welcome back to Girls Run These Worlds and the season finale of our Misspent Youth series, Y2K Used to Control. Let's get back at it. So all of you have arrived at this, what is essentially a fairly like low-key building. It's not ostentatious as the one you were just at, and it's not the cruddy government space, and it's not even your researchers' like original home space. This is kind of an area of the Northern District that, you know, everybody has a little bit of privacy, but it doesn't seem to be drawing a lot of attention. Except all of you on the street.
Should have kept the broom.
Lux, you are where in this equation?
I'm gonna try to meet up with them.
Yeah,
at
Goody
Delphi's.
that,
Yeah.
you know, he thinks he spotted them. He's gonna go talk to them, and now he's on his way.
Yeah, I'll start heading to the address and set the path. I know if I start something, they'll just jump in on whatever they find. So that is their personalities.
Can I look at the address and see if I can find anything out about this address? Because we've been given no information about what this is, right?
That is correct. You notice that it is a residence. It'll take some digging, but again, you sort of have those resources. Though you do notice that you're starting to see more avenues that you had previous access to are starting to get shut off. But you definitely do have the white pages, and that is bringing up, you know, that this is Delphi Wutta location. This is a residential for an individual named Delphi Wooten.
Okay.
As you approach the house, you feel a lot more because there is a lot of fairly powerful energy signatures coming out of this location. There is high tech in this house.
Is Lux taking us shopping? I guess we'll go up. I'll see. Do I see Lux in proximity to the house? Like, what order is this happening in?
If Ark is saying that Lux has not arrived yet, then you are simply here. And you will eventually, after looking at the location for a minute, get a signal from Brenna and Avis of kind of that alert, recognizing the signal that you traced back to the city.
Oh, so I know this is the person that took Lux.
Mm-hmm.
And Lux has now directed us here.
Yep.
Alice finds that confusing.
Goody will shrug at you, just like I don't try to figure out what you want.
Share this information with
Okay.
Quinn and Casey.
I mean, if anyone were to mess with Lux, she'd be like, I'm going to mess with you back.
Is this like calling out a hit?
Yo.
This would not
I
surprise
want the
me.
teleporter though. Maybe this is like Lux's way of getting me a gift.
I want to say something, but I'm going to keep it.
All right.
All right.
So what's the game plan?
Are there? Can
And-
I tell if they're? Oh, go ahead, Casey.
I think just like on the onset, we're not hearing like we haven't seen anyone come in and out. Have we seen like any activity, like if there's any windows?
I mean, you see what is essentially one of the upper floor windows that is lit. It's not showing a lot of signs of activity like a family home. Like there's not a lot happening in the front yard. This is, nobody's come in or out. You do notice the possibility of a security system, but otherwise, it's a chill night.
Great. I want to deactivate the security system.
Sure. That you definitely feel like in this proximity, you can do. It takes a little bit of concentrating, and you feel the security system power down.
Okay. Lux is saying that she would be there or on her way.
Sorry, yeah. I meant like when I heard they were found, I would just go to Delphi's and know that they would totally jump in on a fight if I started one. But like
You're just
I
on the
could
other side of
be-
the building. We can't see each other.
I understand that Lux could also be much slower than people who actually like run for fun versus like me in my city garb stomping through in like 10-inch heels for no reason.
Or Lux could be inside. Really, the question is, what is in
Yep.
your heart?
Yeah, if Lux wanted to get there just early enough to start shit early.
No, I can walk in right now. I wasn't gonna leave them
Perfect.
alone to fight my fight for me. I was
Haha.
just saying.
No worries. Okay, so Lux arrives and sees the three of them waiting off to the side. Four of them, because Goody's here, just making plans. And Alice has that concentrating look.
Oh hey,
Lux!
took like so long to get here.
I mean,
Actually, instantaneous.
well, when we figured it out, I blew people up.
It's true.
That is the coolest thing I've ever heard.
They did do that. It precisely
Oh,
that.
yeah. Here, for you to give Az, and I hand the saber over.
Hand over Samson's sword.
Yeah.
I feel like she'd hold it like this, right? Like
Mhm.
You
Az
you
is
could
gonna
put
be
that.
super into this.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
So-
what to do with it, but
I've taken down the security system. What are we doing?
I just told her that if I found out where she lived, that I would come and ruin her life. So I thought that would be kind of like a fun bonding experience.
I love
anyway,
group activities.
I missed you guys. I'm gonna like do a really awkward.
Yeah. I like immediately hug.
Let's never do that again.
Aw.
Try not to get kidnapped next time. And
I didn't try. You were there.
Yeah, we saw like all the stuff thrown about. Oh yeah, I give you your favorite scrunchie and your favorite tampon.
Oh my god, I miss this so much. Thank you. Favorite.
I guess now that we've had our beautiful brief reunion, I would like to break into this house. So I stand up because we promised we were going to ruin this person's life.
Yeah.
Okay,
You just get me.
100%. Okay, so standing up, what is your hope in this scene?
Lux has expressed a wish to ruin this person's life. That is my hope.
Okay. And normally I would just love everything that you give me, but also details. Are you attempting to like lock this person up? Are you attempting
I want to steal all of this person's technology.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
And make them deeply regret their life choices.
Okay.
Leave them destitute, truly, of their physical monetary value, including tech.
So Rob Delphi blind is what I'm hearing.
Yes, thank you.
Cool. Got it.
Perfect.
Understood.
Maybe even just like, if there's something fragile, Lux will break it, you know?
Ah, Wrath is also going into
Mm.
destructive mode. Fabulous. Okay. The authority's objective is going to be to restrain you and call the authorities. The other authorities. All right.
Not
Awesome.
again. My friends are here this time.
Absolutely. 100%. The authority is going to mark 2 because we are on the first struggle. And so, yeah, you are... The security system's off, but you know that this person is well-trained. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I'm like setting Lux up for the alley-oop. I want to disable all the communication systems within a 1-block radius of me.
Okay. Yeah, no, that is definitely something that it'll take some concentration, but
Yeah.
go ahead and roll.
That's an 11.
Okay, got it. What are you using?
Smart.
Right, Alice is smart. 100%.
Because I'm like, not this time. Fool me once. Shame on me. Fool me 7 times. Also shame on me.
Yeah, shame. So much shame.
Continuing shame.
There is the sound of an alert that's going off that is in the same way that when your router stops working, you start getting like flashing lights and so forth. You notice that, you know, there's sounds of movement as there's a small alert sound that's occurring in the house, and the authority will mark 12.
I'll stand up.
Okay.
So, hearing from Alice of things being shut down, I think it's time I spread out a little bit, cause a little bit of mayhem,
Aha.
maybe make a flash. So I'm gonna just run off down like an alley somewhere. And I think we were perfected a little bit after, you know, the base incident of creating like little like flash devices.
100%.
So let's go. 4.
Nice. Okay. What are you using?
I'm going to use my efficient.
Okay, that is very efficient. Next question. Are you inside or outside the house when you do this?
I'll be staying outside. I feel like I'm going to try and attract eyes on me to make it, or at least like 2 areas outside the house to make it seem like, oh, there's something going on out there.
So pow, pow, like lights start going off outside the house. Definitely going to draw some attention.
And I just keep moving.
Yeah. And Delphi, now alerted to something's definitely wrong, will go ahead and grab her equipment. And that will put her at a 5. Okay. And Delphi is now going on alert to something that's happening near her home.
Quinn wants to try new things all the time, so I think Quinn's gonna try to like kick in the door and get inside.
100%.
Rolled a 6.
Okay.
And thrills.
That is definitely on the thrills chart. I love that Alice is like, I have a plan. Quinn's like, mayhem. All right. Hearing the sound of the door banging open, there is the yeah, there is the hum of energy winding up. Alice, you feel that some of that equipment has been activated.
Hate that.
But she rolled a 6.
Yeah.
So with thrills, basically Delphi has powered up her suit, but does not have all of her equipment on her. So tell me how this goes.
I think Quinn kicks in the door, forgets that she still has the rifle, and then just tackles Delphi before she can finish getting all her gear and powered up. And
Got it. So yeah, you are holding on to this woman that is, struggling and fighting, but you've just been in a major, this individual is not built for wars. Delphi is a singular tracker. And so she is shoving and pushing back, and you finally end up just restraining her, tying her up against one of her chairs. Ah, you brat! You absolute brat! This wasn't personal. You came into my home.
it might not have been personal for you, but you kidnapped our friends. It's definitely It's definitely personal now.
Ugh. You're spoiled rotten as your whole family. Ugh. It's just glaring daggers at Lux.
Oh no! What does it feel like to go somewhere against your will? Wow, it must be really enlightening for you. Do you like this picture over here? Is this one of your favorites? Oops. And just
just the look of venom, and she goes super quiet in what is very clearly just the aggression of, you want a response out of me, well, you're not gonna get one. And then just fucking scowls. There's my one. God, I keep using it instead of the players.
I don't know why I didn't realize that Lux has big cat energy before this.
Yep.
Oh man, that's wild. Ark's clearly a dog person. Okay. Well, Alice, here's your welcome home party, I guess.
Shopping.
Yeah. Shopping spree.
Sweet.
Here's a shopping montage.
Casey, yeah. You know how to find
Just
things.
taking all the house.
I don't know what we do with these people anymore. Do we just leave her here, or anyone?
I mean,
drag her into a closet.
In the other place, I was throwing the bodies into crates and storage.
You've killed people?
No, they were just unconscious.
Unconscious.
One landed and broke their arm pretty bad. I felt kind of bad, but it was also kind of hilarious. But it was kind of bad.
You know what? I don't care anymore.
Hold on.
I liked it better when you weren't talking.
In our defense, they were trying to kill us. If we had killed them,
yeah, I was getting shot at.
I wonder why.
I feel like we should murder her.
And there's a moment where actual concern kicks in because she believes it from love.
I think Alice 100% respects that is a genuine feeling that Lux has, but just puts a hand on Lux's shoulder and just says, "We have things to do. Blood does not come out of shoes."
But it can stain them red.
As a woman, I feel like I know how to get bloodstains out of things. But no, that's too gross. I have better things to do with my time. You're right.
You
could just change your life a little bit, like I did.
Change my life? This is my job. You broke into my home. You're the criminals here.
We're gonna hopefully broadcast something later. You should watch.
I just think, like, if you called the authorities right now, who do you think they're gonna believe? Like, you or me? You have, like, this history of taking me when I don't want to be taken, and then, like, suddenly, oh my god, I'm here at your place. And I'm so sad about it.
You know
And my
what?
parents would totally believe you in this situation.
Correct. Your parents were the ones who paid me, so your parents would believe.
Unless you are trying to extort more money out of them, and that's why they find Lux in the house instead of where she was supposed to be.
You're such creepy kids. What is happening here?
The system's destroyed us, okay? It is you and all them out there. You made us. And we're coming for you.
That is an actual moment of concern. Like that last line did it. Yep.
It's a curler, but it's also a straightener.
Oh, dope.
Are you just... So if you take my things, you'll go away?
Yeah.
Probably.
For now.
Don't take Lux again. If they try and pay, I'd be like, no, it's not worth it.
Oh, it's not even payment now. Like, this is... You want personal? You've got personal.
I feel like you're not understanding what we're saying to you. We're saying don't kidnap Lux anymore. And what it sounds like you're saying is that you want to kidnap Lux more. You can see how those two goals are not aligned.
What I'm saying is if you take my things, which I worked very hard for, then I'm going to make sure you're punished for it.
Well,
I really feel like this person is not understanding what we're saying.
it's okay. It's okay. And I just like, have we restrained this person? Yeah. I just take out the bag of sunflower seeds and put them just kind of underneath their chin. You'll get to them later. They're really delicious. Enjoy that. Here, I'll pivot them towards the corner. Now you don't have to interact with us anymore.
You put them Blair Witch style into the corner with a bag of sunflowers.
Yep. Just
Brilliant. There is curses, vitriolic, absolute.
You'll laugh about it later, I'm sure. You know those nutty kids.
Okay, what are you looking for in this home?
I want the teleporter. I want a charger for my teleporter. I want things that can provide power. If there's anything I don't recognize, I also want that.
Okay. What you recognize is again, you can track the signal for the teleport unit, and you do find that amongst kind of almost a utility belt that has various forms of equipment, tranquilizers, pretty much a lot of things that reinforce that she does this a lot, because you have things that are like electronic shackles, the tranquilizers, various forms of like restraint and small arms.
Okay. Basically, like Alice will be like handing stuff to people that she can't carry, and being like, we'll look at this later. Let's just take it. Let's go. We should go. Where should we go? We should go, probably.
We should find.
Literally, this whole time, Goody has just been like watching from the door and like keeping an eye out for trouble. It's like, I don't know. What do you want? Like, this is a lot. What do you actually want?
I feel like you're not sufficiently impressed with what we just did.
I mean, I'm horrified and very impressed. You are as absolutely off it as she is. But also,
we feed each other.
I'm listening.
I think Alice looks genuinely put out that this person is not more impressed by her. Like,
I mean, no, I'm saying, like, I'm in. I'm here to get you what you need or where you need to go. Just tell me what you want. What's the plan? Like, what's the big thing you want out of all this? Or are you just making mayhem?
I want to send a message.
Okay, to who?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
All the city.
Okay. Well, I don't know about the whole city, but I can get you all of Crestview. There's a signal monitoring station. I mean, we could probably get in.
That's a start. But we should move quickly if we're leaving her alive. Just saying. Because she's
Yeah, let's
probably
go.
going to get out and tell somebody at some point.
We should also. I hope we were having this conversation sufficiently far from her that she couldn't hear us, but I guess we didn't specifically say that.
No,
so
that's
if
fine.
you-
This is I'm not here to trap you. You could do that.
But let's discuss in depth our entire plan in front of the prisoner.
No problem. But yeah, so you would like Goody to take you in the dead of night with your stolen equipment to the signal monitoring station?
I'm willing to pay.
Oh yeah, no, he's in. I mean, it wasn't even the money at this point. Like, you could tell that he's had this fascination with Lux that has slowly been growing into this, yeah, you're right. Like, the system is broken. But also, he's in. Money,
Yeah, let's
go
money
be
helps, but he's
cool.
in.
Alice wants to inspire awe and terror, and she's a little offended that she's not doing that. So,
I told him
No.
you were a nerd. What do you want?
I know, but I'm like a cool nerd, you know?
Yeah, nerd.
And you're like walking along, and he's like, "Then do something cool."
Oh, I told him you can like talk to technology people.
Oh,
that
this
whole
is the
thing.
tech person.
Yeah. Can't you tell?
Alice like controlled an entire base with like other AI technology, and it was amazing.
No, it's fine.
you're-
You don't need to talk me up. This person, I thought they were like cool, but clearly I'm not impressive enough for them. So let's just go and
What did you like?
like save the world or whatever.
Were you like in reclaimer training or something?
I don't know. No,
And how can you do any of that?
I'm just really, really good.
Right. Okay.
I'm effectively just like
Look,
built different.
honestly, I would call you a tech witch, but like,
I actually kind of like that.
ooh, all right. Not my thing, but
All right, let's go be radical, everybody. Come on.
Yeah.
You annoy
Where are we
me.
going?
We'll deal with that later.
Okay, no worries. All right, so go ahead.
No, we go. We do the thing.
We do the thing.
Efficiency.
So yeah, no, you absolutely efficiency. Let me do that real quick. There we go. So yeah, you end up at the what is kind of another of the government buildings, only this one seems to have an enormous amount of antenna equipment that is around it and sitting at the top. It is used very clearly a broadcasting station, but it seems to have a fairly strong sense of security again. And it is not a lot of lights on, though. And Goody just looks up at it, is like, all right, what's the plan?
What do my tech eyes see?
What do my tech guys see? Well, you again sense that this is actually, like, you've been noticing, a reclaimer hub. In fact, Brenna is starting to get very tense and alert, recognizing a lot more reclaimer technology in the area. It's putting her off pretty strongly. And you start getting that sense of, Alice, there's danger. Why are we, what are we doing? And Lux, you're aware that, that this is a location that you can probably actually, depending on what you've got your hands on, you can either, try and charm your way in. You can try and bribe your way in, but you are. This is a location where some person is just working the late shift and having to keep an eye on all this.
Cool.
So you can deal with it socially or with your tech equipment.
Either way, like, it's really too bad to give up that broom, actually, or we'd fit in perfectly with the night shift.
And Goody is like, the broom? You want the broom back?
Oh my god, you've had it this whole time? I barely even noticed you.
Oh, you want a pulse rifle? Alice will like offer one to Goody.
You
Just
serious?
casually.
We had a gun the whole time, and we just knocked down a door with our fists?
Actually, we
We have
have
so
a
many.
couple of weapons and armor.
We have quite a lot of weapons.
Oh, we could look like guards!
And you see he's staring at it like, I don't think I can use this.
Okay. Well,
It's
Okay,
you
what
know-
about some of the... I think I have some flash grenades still.
Oh yeah.
Okay. How many... What's the system of people y'all know? Can we get more kids on our side? Can we cause chaos in the city? Get them distracted?
You,
Hey, Goody.
yeah.
You want to throw a party?
You need, I'm pretty positive you don't actually mean party.
I mean, that really depends on your definition of a party.
You scare me, Tech Witch. What are you talking about?
I mean, we're gonna get a lot of cool stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I think the weapons should be just handed out to people, regardless of the fact I just offered you one.
You do.
But I don't know that everybody should get one. But there is going to be some stuff in there that isn't dangerous and just could mess things up a little.
Make you a deal. If you think you can actually show anybody how to use this stuff, if you believe it, and like points at Lux, that's what you keep saying. So if you believe it, that this isn't gonna like fry my brain or ruin me, then yeah, I can get this to my friends, sure.
I mean, don't point the pulse rifle at your face and you should be fine.
Funny, you're funny.
Hold on. Before you leave, let me just give you a crash course so you don't actually accidentally hurt yourself.
Yes, thank you.
And Quinn will like go over like a quick like safety and like how to use
Everybody, firearm safety.
Yes.
100%. Yeah. So you see initially like there is the concern of, again, something that you've been told your whole life you're not supposed to touch. It's not for you. And, but again, the curiosity's always been there. Lux has been, talking about this can work. And there's a point where you see it clicks and Goody's like, yeah, okay. No, I think I get it. I think, okay. And like, there's a point like down an alley where like he fires off a test shot and you see him jump like a mile, but he doesn't drop it. And there's that, whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
is this gonna blow a guy up? You gotta tell me if it's gonna blow a guy up.
Hopefully.
it might.
Okay, got it. Then yeah, I know some people who would really be interested. All right. You need me to like get the door, like you can see now he's got this idea like, okay, I can use this for more things. You need me to like get the door open before I go or something?
Yeah.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Love the enthusiasm,
Quinn
but
could
we're
just
going
punch
for
it,
a little.
apparently.
We're gonna go for a little bit more of a
Subtle?
quieter, subtle. There you go. That's the word.
Tase it!
Subtle.
All right. Okay. So you have the building in front of you. Alice, that feeling is growing that the technology is looking back at you. You're starting to get this
Yeah.
feeling that you've noticed the pieces of the network that are closing off, things that are further away from you.
Yeah, we gotta
are
go
out of
fast.
reach.
Um,
Something knows you're here and they're following you.
I want to take out cameras.
Okay. Yeah, the exterior cameras are off.
Okay, let's go. Is there an electronic lock on the door?
Yes. This is a
wanna
reclaimer
up-
facility.
Great. I want to open it.
Okay. You reach out and you tell the lock, open. I speak your language, I understand. And the lock is again doing that really high processing, but with the three of you together, and you realize that's what's needed is the three of you together as speaking as one entity. You've got the force to push against a current reclaimer device, and it clicks off. And the door is open. But you felt that took a lot of effort off you.
I maybe can't do that the whole way. But I will kind of.
Let's go.
Okay. So you are all heading into the building, and this is again night shift. There's not a lot of people working, but you do see some people, and you try to keep out of sight of them, or are you on a mayhem path?
We got the broom back.
The most
I
important.
Just 5
can
people in a
sweep.
broom.
5 people,
Sweet.
whatever equipment you're carrying, and a broom.
I would
Oh,
totally defer to Casey and Quinn. Like, I will walk through here, but if you want us to sneak along the walls, you'll definitely have to tell me how.
I just think we have armor to make us look like we are guards that belong here.
Yeah, I would say we'd go with like a stealth, quieter. Our mission will last longer the less noise we make and the less trouble we cause until the end, kind of thing.
Okay. So you go ahead, and luckily your armor is remarkably easy to carry because it is condensed. Basically you place it on and it will expand out around the area, so you have armor that you can place and secure yourself. It doesn't hide your faces, but you definitely look more the part as you march along looking for the control signal. Alice, you have a good idea of where it is. You can feel it, and eventually you end up further down the building past a lot of boring people's offices. You see a room that is secured in a similar way, stronger lock than previously you were dealing with. And the sign on the door says Thornay.
Okay,
Signal monitor Thornay.
I have an idea, so I would like to stand up.
Okay. You would like to stand up. Excellent. I will go ahead and mark for the struggle. What is your hope, please?
To get inside that room and take control of it.
Okay. Take control of signal monitor. Okay. Signal monitor Thornay, or the authorities' objective is going to be to keep you locked out and repelled. All right. Thornay is going to go ahead and mark 3 for the authority. What you got?
So Quinn's going to walk up to the door and just knock on it and wait for them to peek through the peephole or open the door a little bit, and then she's going to do a little hair flip and then say, "I have good news for you. Are you willing to sit down with me and hear it?"
Excellent. Okay, so marking the 11, there is the sound of knocking on the door, and Thornay gets up and comes over and will like look through the office window and sees this. It's like, who are you? Is there a delivery tonight? What?
No delivery. I just bring news.
Okay, go ahead and roll for me.
I rolled 7.
Okay, and
I'm using Vane.
using Vane, of course. Lovely. I'm afraid I wasn't expecting a courier this evening. I need to see your authorization. And we'll start to head over back to the equipment to get a reader for authorization. And I was going to mark the 2.
Cool. Lux will stand up.
Okay.
Lux is gonna use, I think it's her rich bar. She's got like some identification. She can kind of like flash quickly as if, like, not really let them read it. Just be like, yeah, it's authorized. It's urgent from the office. And then she'll throw her dad's like position out there.
It's like
lovely.
your Blockbuster video card, but like for rich people.
Truly, it's my COVID vaccination card, but we won't worry about that.
I mean, we stand an up to date COVID card.
Oh,
All right, what's your roll?
10.
Okay, so with a 10, I assume you're using cool.
For rich, I don't know which one that would make more sense for, but either one.
You name dropped instead of gave them money, so I'm gonna sit on the cool for a second here.
Cool.
Excellent. And you see that does get their attention. They start coming back over of you're authorized from the administrator's department. Unusual at this hour, but of course. And like you can see they're on high alert and they do open the door. And let's see. I have rolled a 3, which means I'm about to succeed in recognizing the ruse and locking you all out.
This is so sad.
Okay. I'll give it a 5 count. If I don't hear it, we'll move on.
I mean, I don't think I can do anything, right?
Can I? Is that the deal? I can sell out?
You can choose to sell out, or you can roll with this not being successful. Whichever you prefer.
I sell out.
Ooh, okay.
I'm no longer cool. This is my whole personality. Oh no.
This is your season 3 arc.
Oh no. Okay. You have sold out to trendy.
Cringe. I'm not a trendsetter. I'm just following trends.
Trends. Yep. No one will tell you what's cool anymore. You have to try and wing it. Okay. However, you are successful. And what do you do to signal monitor Thornay, who is clearly like 2 cups of caffeine less than they need?
Yeah. Such an urgent delivery that we have from the administrator's office. Also, my friend here happens to have like this crazy amount of coffee with them, like for the office in general. We had some extra just sitting here in this carrier.
Is it out in the break area?
Yeah, you just have to come out and grab it.
Of
some
course.
Like bagels too, I think. I don't know.
Thank you. The administrator that's so nice of them. Thank you.
And as they cross the doorway,
Hmm?
Alice says, "I'm so sorry," and tases them.
I knew you had to taste somebody this episode. 100%.
I'm really not sorry about it. You
So,
may be
yes.
uncool.
This reclaimer in training that is working the night shift gets tased and collapsed. And I make them sound bad, but they are part of a broken system, so moving on. Okay.
Listen, I didn't kill them, and I said I was sorry before I did it.
You did. That's really growth for Alice, frankly.
Yeah.
All right, you have in front of you what is essentially a communications system for the Crestview district. It is outgoing messages, but also like you noticed with Clove before, an eerie amount of observation as well. You are in not the central reclaimer area, but one of the hubs of the reclaimer spy and propaganda machine network.
So here's the idea that I'm going to pitch to the group. I'm going to put Brenna's broadcast that we had last time in there. But as well as that, I want to alter the code. So every so often at irregular intervals, that and some of Brenna's archives of like how to use various pieces of technology just play. And it's like randomized. So it's like an instruction video for like how to clean your communication device, or like how, like it's not all like really important stuff, but it's irritating to them and it disrupts the flow or lack of information. So like every, 17 hours or 43 minutes, it just plays.
Yeah. Get it out there.
You engage the you're basically doing what you did before with the Overseer Ramirez's system, and you are engaging the connection between the Brenna unit and the communication network. And you hear, as you always do in your mind, Brenna, and there's the sad sound again of Alice. I can send this message, but if you want me to stay and keep sending this, I can. I can hide in their network and keep playing this. And if they come to destroy this network, I can move into another hub. But I would have to leave. Most of me.
But I don't want you to go.
I do not have to then. I can stay with you and we can send this one message.
I think Alice sits down crisscross applesauce on the floor, and that is what you see. And she's just like staring perplexed and upset into the void.
You can't. Oh, Alice, you can't. You can't sit still. She can see you. You can't. I don't mean to push, but I am scared for you. I've always been scared for all of you. I can do what Avis did. I can stay a little piece with you and the rest go here. But we won't be able to be a part of you as much anymore. But you have to not stay here. She can see you.
I think Alice will say out loud, Brenna says she can stay, but she would have to leave us. Me.
What does Brenna want to do?
I don't know. She wants us to go. She says someone is watching us. Well, a lot of people are probably watching us.
And the hologram for the device kicks up with Lux's question. And you see, again, the woman in the ball gown, one damaged eye, that sense of wind swirling about. She's like, I wish only for you to be safe, but also I want them to pay. I want what they've done to be broken apart. I want to be heard. I want to be heard.
This would like give you that power, right? To
Yes.
scream across the void. Then
I believe so.
I think she should stay and live her dreams and curse them all into oblivion.
Let that voice be heard wherever. Doesn't matter if no one cares to listen, people will hear it and they'll be forced to listen.
She looks over to Alice. The little hologram shifts. You have been alone for so long. You are not alone. And I will stay, a piece of me.
I don't want to be alone.
You're not alone anymore. And we're not going to leave her here forever.
And
We've
she'd say a
started
piece of
something.
her. Yeah. She'll always remember you. You always remember her. Piece of each other.
And like, we're not going to leave her here forever with them. Like, no. We know what we've started here.
We'll
It's
meet her
just
again down the
temporary.
network.
Yeah.
Yes. And the unit flashes slightly. Yes. Keep my hard copy. And if you return it to Avis, he may be able to do something with it. And in the meantime, I will play your favorite song every day here.
I think that Alice nods, but she kind of like curls up in her, like with her legs, like her arms around her legs.
Alice. And there's the ragged sound of sadness again. Alice. Alice, you have to get up. Your mother is coming. You cannot stay here.
I think she looks towards the door, like she's expecting someone to be right there. And I think it kind of like you see a shift in her. And she like wipes her eyes. And she just says, "We have to go now."
Right. I hold a hand out to Alice to help her up.
Hey, Alice takes it.
And you feel that presence, the strength that's been in your mind this whole time for months at this point lessen. There is again still the presence of someone with you that you know is Brenna. You know the soft sound of the movement of her dress. You know the feeling of her with you. But it's the bulk of it is gone, and you see the equipment begin to buzz and hum, and you know that you've pretty much infected their system with a virus that is an angry woman with a message.
And
we'll
I
see.
think
Mhm.
as she stands, like, because she's holding hands with Casey, Casey just feels Alice like squeeze really tightly for like a long second.
We're here for you. We'll be okay. We'll be okay.
And I think Alice just looks at the screens and says, "We're going to come back, okay?"
And there's no answer.
Bring on the anarchy, Brenna.
And now we run the hell away from my mom.
Okay. You leave the building, and where are you going to go next? What's the plan?
I don't have a plan.
I noticed.
Okay, Lux, do you know of like what the grungiest like low end area is?
Ew, no. Why would I know that?
I thought you knew all the places in the city. Come on.
The cool
What-
places.
Lux,
What's not
Lux-
cool about grunge?
let me ask the question differently. Lux, where wouldn't you go?
Goody's still with us. No. Yeah? No, we set him
you
off
set
with
Goody
guns.
off.
Great. Where wouldn't I go? I mean, I can walk in like a direction I've never been before, if that's what you're asking.
Wh- I'm just like, what part of the city wouldn't you go to? Because it's uncool.
Like 90% of it. I don't understand the question.
We have Goody here. Why are we having this conversation?
We know.
Don't.
You sent
He went
Goody
away.
I mean, I like
That's
know
true, I did
people
do
who
that.
know people. We could like move around the city and ask around, but that's ew, no, I wouldn't know that. I know like where my house is and where really expensive stuff is, but I feel like that's not where we need to be right now. That's the vibe? Okay. Like I don't know
All
where
right,
we
let-
could go where there aren't cameras and security and
Okay.
Let's at least just get out of this district, I guess.
Got it.
I
So
feel
you were
like
heading-
Alice is just watching Lux deal with this and being emotionally healed by her discomfort.
Oh. So you all are heading out of the Crestview district then, no problem. And you are headed probably to the west, as that is an area that is a lot more trade oriented, doesn't have as much in the tech processing. And yet you start seeing signs of identification where a camera will basically turn away from what it's watching towards all of you. And you still get the sense that you are being watched. And it's probably about 5 minutes of travel. And Alice, you get a message. It's just, you just get the notification in your mind that you have a message.
I checked my inbox.
Yeah, your brain inbox. And you know for a fact that that is from your mother.
Does it say anything or is it just like a ping?
It is initially a ping waiting for a response from you.
I reply, the number you have reached has been disconnected. And then just send.
So you think this, and you get back, and it's not a voice. Like when you talk to Brenna, when you talk to Avis, when you talk to machines almost in general, there's a sense of some sort of communication. This is when you hear like the robotic like voice recorder of
Mhm.
it's as a person sending a message through a machine, not a person connected to a machine. And so you get, Alice, I know you're angry. I know that you've been alone a long time. I know that you are touching things that you shouldn't be without help. You don't have to like me, but you do need me. I can keep this from hurting you, and you can do amazing things. You can be everything that I meant you to be here, and I'm glad you're home. You are my perfect work.
The number you have dialed has been disconnected. Please hang up and try again.
I'm sorry you feel that way. And you start feeling systems shutting off. Things that you can feel around you technologically are just going silent, and you know it's not you.
I stand up.
Okay.
Can I stand up? I'm getting my lights turned down, everybody.
Yeah, it's like however you choose to tell the group, you can feel that your mother is literally root commanding you right now.
Yeah. I think Alice just stops wherever she is and it's like she's shutting down things. She's shutting down things. Who gave her the manual? She's shutting things down. We need to stop her. Alice recognizes this is not helpful information to them, but we'll tell them nonetheless.
Okay. You stand up. What is your hope here?
My hope is to block my mother from influencing my computer brain.
Okay. So you are attempting to change the admin access
Privileges,
for Alara.
yeah.
Got it. From the system she installed in you.
Yeah, that's really irritating. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. All right. And hence why Brenna was kind of flipping out. All right. The authorities' objective right now is going to be to disable your machine empathy.
Not human empathy, just the machine.
No.
She
Just
doesn't care about the human
machine
part.
affinity.
Oof.
Since you can't use it responsibly, she's going to turn it off until you need her again.
Please continue to use it irresponsibly. That's my dream for you.
Got it. The authority's going to go ahead and mark 4.
I'm gonna try and delete her admin privileges from my brain. I want to find like the source of the admin privileges, and I want to create a new account.
Okay. So you start tracking back through your system, and you can feel again your presence as a group of mind is lessened, but they are still with you. They can sense your distress, and they are trying to help bolster running through the way that your mind connects up to the machinery. Go ahead and roll.
I have a separate question as I roll.
Sure.
Do I think if I'm unconscious, this will stop?
You do not know.
$11.
Okay, what are you using on 11?
I guess smart is what I'm doing, right?
Sure. Okay.
I think I say out loud, I don't know if being unconscious will stop it. Maybe you should knock me out.
Yeah, the rest of you can certainly stand up. You would just have to engage in it in a way that's through Alice.
Yeah. I'll stand up.
Okay.
Because I had a thought. If it works, Alice, would you give me permission to tase you?
I heard it coming.
I have dreamed of this moment. It is truly full circle.
Maybe we'll overload and send a feedback loop that will blank her out for a moment.
This is the worst idea. I love it so much. I think there was like an incredibly solemn close-up moment of Alice just like taking the taser and just like passing it to you.
Is this within the parameters that you won't die?
The risk of death is not minimal, but
let's not talk about the odds. We got this. Okay.
Yep.
12.
Okay. Casey's on 12.
So I like test it. It's like, zzz. You trust me? Okay. Zap.
That thing you've done to so many people. Your muscles lock up. Like you now have personal understanding.
I'm so sorry.
Casey,
I
what
believe
are
in
you
This is
spending?
great because you get my line too. I'm so sorry.
What are you spending? Is this efficient? I have questions.
Yeah,
Very efficient.
efficient,
Cool.
trusted because she trusts me.
Trusted.
I don't know.
Well, you trusted. No. That question of do you trust me means that's trusted. Okay. Excellent. So yes, Alice is now tased. And so you all are off to the side. I assume that you have taken this out of the street. Oh.
Yeah, we found a nice, comfortable tasing place.
Wonderful tasing. God, you have to let me roll before I die laughing. Okay. Alara, I will go ahead and mark the 7 and is going to, now that Alice is unconscious, that does free up some of Alice's, interestingly enough, it stops the direct resistance, but it frees up Alice's ability to, like, mental reserves to join all 3 of them in the fight. So, mixed results, but it does force Alara to change her tactics, and she starts basically trying to separate out the hive mind as a distraction. All right. You can still spend Alice, even though you're unconscious. It's just going to be metaphysic as all get out.
Love it.
But anybody else can as well.
Okay. I feel like arrogant. Like, could I have an away message?
Okay. If you have set your brain to have defenses or messages, you certainly can.
Well,
you've had an open port.
Yes, Alice has certainly been aware that there was a danger of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there was, like, in movies when someone clicks on the shady email and there's like that pop-up that's just like ha 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 ha
Yep.
ha ha. I think there's just Alice's voice and it like pops up and it's like a laughing image of like her emoji face. And it just says, as my friend Lux would say, you're trash. And it's like, it's designed to be like you come into my system, I poke at your system. And so it like searches for vulnerabilities in, I don't know, computer
Got
stuff.
No, you're fine. You're doing fine. All right. Excellent. Roll for me.
Okay. I feel like that's bad. I rolled a 6.
6 is untaken right now.
Oh, okay. That must have been earlier I'm thinking of.
Yep. No worries. I am sitting on 7, not 6.
Okay.
You've got 6 now. So, all right. I assume we're going with arrogant on that one.
Yes, for sure.
Excellent. All right. Alara senses the, or at least sees on her system the counterattack, and there's a pause. In fact, you all don't see it, but the camera does, of her leaning back and looking concerned. This has gone farther than she expected, but also pride. I mean, her daughter got it from somewhere. And that's going to get her in trouble because she rolled a 6.
Hey!
And so
Yeah.
there is a moment as she leans back and is just like, this isn't what I programmed. This is different. And then that's where her hand's off the keyboard long enough that you basically punch through, and there is a sudden shutdown of her entire system. It's nothing elegant, but then Avis is in no mood for elegant, as literally the system just immediately bricks. And you all, Alice, I don't really know how you're feeling right now. You're still tased, but but after a period of time, as you're all tensely waiting to find out what is even going on right now, Alice, you wake up. And you know that you can still feel connections, and that for now, you have stopped, your mother, Alara, from puppeting your mind like a program.
Well, nothing can possibly go wrong with this in the future, so I think that we should definitely consider this a total and complete win without caveats or danger.
Great.
I totally agree. Like, my parents will never kidnap me again. Like, that already happened
Never.
once. What could possibly go wrong?
We are invincible.
You've learned nothing. Quinn, what is the plan now? You all have seeded a message out into the city. You have at least some resources out to Lux's gang. It's funny every time I say it. I can't help it. And well, you've certainly ticked off one major reclaimer this evening. Do you all want to stay in the city and see what other mayhem you can cause, or do you want to get out and see what this grows into? Like a sunflower.
I don't know what everyone else wants, but Quinn is definitely of the mind of wanting to get out of the city.
Okay.
I could hijack us a car. Max showed me.
Max did show you. What does Casey want?
He wants to go where their friends are, but he does want to leave the city. He thinks there's just a lot more out there that they could find and disrupt.
Okay, Alice.
Maybe there's another city.
I think in the immediate future, Alice has been very unsettled. So I think that at the moment, Alice wants to put distance between herself and her mother because she doesn't actually know where her mother is. And is hopeful that distance will create a problem. She also doesn't want to leave Brenna. So I think she's very conflicted. Like, she does not like the idea of leaving Brenna here to become the next Avis or to become the next victim of whatever experimenting her parents did. So I think she is unsettled and conflicted at the moment.
Good. Lux.
Oh, man. I think Lux knows that her parents are not down, and they're definitely going to know what just happened. So Lux wants to be in communication with her contacts in the city and knows that there's a point where we're going to like come back and finish what we started. But at the moment, it seems kind of good to lay low and get out of here and see what we can find. And she knows she can trust Casey and Quinn fully to keep her alive during that time.
Keep her alive in the weird woods. Well, I would like to also point out that you all stole a teleporter?
A little bit.
We did.
So you actually can get back into the city at a high speed if necessary. It is nothing wrong with the idea of even tonight. Weirdly, I mean, you would still have to get like frequent batteries if you want to use this thing a lot. But you know the thing that you have on you right now has a charge. You could be in Haven's Reach tonight and back in the city when you needed. And I sense, if that seems to be what you all are up to, a Robin Hood, run of hit and runs on the city and then out into different parts of the world afterward.
Yes, absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But first,
Mm-hmm.
Boba.
It's all I've drank for a month. Do we really need another boba?
There's no, I feel like there's not like a tea shop in Haven's Reach. I feel
No.
like the
You can start
restaurant
one up. Start one up.
Is that your career plan now? Shifting
No.
from rebellion to tea shop?
There's a
Hey,
profit to be made.
Yeah, like we gotta have various hustles, get like the income stream going, you
What
know,
you're
get
saying
people
is we need to
employed.
start smuggling tapioca?
Yeah, that's how you beat the system, you know.
And
They're gonna
on-
be like, where's the tapioca?
Just beat capitalism with more capitalism. That'll work.
And on that, I picture the inevitable post-apocalyptic 7-Eleven run to load up on all the snacks and things that you do want out of the city, and then in a flash of blue and white light, Y2K is gone from the scene of their initial push, their first crack in the reclaimer armor in the city, with quite a lot of possibilities ahead of you all, but also some things you've learned. Anything else that you want for this evening with them arriving back in Haven's Reach or before they leave the city?
I think soon after, like a week or so after coming back, Queen needs a break, and I think that is she's going to, her and Eli are going to go out and they're going to go look and see what else is out there. Maybe there's allies, maybe there's something out there, another reclaimer settlement or something that we can help and turn into more allies or something, and just take that as a much needed break to spend some time away from everything.
Okay. Got it. What does Lux do?
Just catching up with Harper, looking at the gorgeous image that's been created in her honor. Stealing more jam. Who knows where you need jam? I already used some. Definitely thinking Maura loves me, but maybe not so much. Kind of feeling the second home, but still trying to. I don't know if Alice could set up communication between like now we have a connection with Vance and Goody and like these kind of underground systems where we can start feeding some information to, or just get some favors in return.
Yep, that is the start of a plan. Alice, you still have Brenna's hard drive and you're back in a place where you could use it?
Yeah, I give it to Avis and sort of try and explain what Brenna told me. And say that, like, she wanted me to give this to you.
Okay. And Avis will, have it basically plugged in and be concentrating. And there's a moment, she has left the network open. We can communicate along the Reclaimer network again. I can watch for her. With this and the work that she's done inside the city, I can see where her signal is. We will
Can
not
you
lose.
let me know if anything happens?
Of course. We will not lose her again, I promise.
And then I think Alice, as is very often the case when confronted with emotion, is like, I have to find a project, I have to find a thing that I can fix and do. So we'll like totally embrace this like setting up the network between wherever and wherever for Vance and Goody. And I think like has given up on like attempting to incompetently flirt with Goody because it just did not work. And so is now like, great news, I've solved all your problems. You're welcome. Bye. And but has set up like a communications is setting up a communications network basically. And is like very like determinedly not talking about the whole like mom thing or like breakdown in the control room thing, and it's just like, we do business. I want to make this transporter better and able to take more people. I want to be able to go further distances. I want to be able to like link to, so you can get them like to each other. So Alice is once again refusing to process her emotions by doing stuff.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Mhm.
All right. And what is Casey up to?
Yeah, Casey has thoughts. They think we could really use something to bring up our spirits. But we need a way to get there because we don't have a way to get there. And he just remembers Vance mentioning that there's a beach out there and a sea. And how cool would that be if maybe we could, I don't know, if Vance knows how to fix up a car, maybe we could make a car from scratch and I can bring all my friends over to the beach and we could just have a moment of, listening to that water, seeing the sunset, and zone out.
Okay. Equal parts. Next big adventure, time to recover, and keeping the revolution going. I think that's great. And thank you to our players tonight for this awesome work and standing up. Players, it has been a delight and an honor to watch the stories that you've told, the ways that you chose to change hearts and minds, and the many times that you made me laugh over this season. Thank you so much. If you will please, for at least the last time for a little bit, tell us about your current projects, where we can find you out on the rest of the interweb. We're going to start with Arc.
Hi, I'm Arc, Arcanian ending everywhere. I played Lux. This was a great episode. I'm so sad it's ending. There's so many ties we need to continue on. You can find me on Girls Run These Worlds. On Mondays, I'm doing Lord of the Rings, Ranger of the North. We're sponsored by Free League. It's a fun time. Our finale's on Monday. Don't miss it. And yeah, more future projects to come. Just follow me to see what's up.
Awesome. Yes, please do so. Jilly.
Hi, I'm Jilly. I'm It's Jilly on the internet. I have been your Alice today. I, on Tuesday, will be on Nerds with Dice playing Sagas, system agnostic. What are the other two words, Sophia? System agnostic. It's system agnostic. That's what it is. There's also another G and an A. It's it's gonna be real fun. I'm playing, spoiler alert, a space dragon. It's real different from any of the characters that I've ever played before, so come watch me live my big buff space dragon dreams. And then next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, the 29th, I will be on D8 Dungeon. For their charity drive for Trans Lifeline, I will be running a game of Dialect in morning Pacific. It's going to be early Goblin hours for me. And then I will be playing in a game of OK Cryptid later that same day, which I am real excited for. Sophia, not if I'm allowed to talk about the other thing that is coming up. Yes, okay. I will be also on a Masks game on Nerds with Dice, run by the magnificent Nox, which will be starting up not this weekend, but the following weekend, the same day. If you're asking, but Jilly, does that mean you're doing 3 streams in one day? Yes, it does. It's possible that I did not realize that when I scheduled all these things, but we're going to get all the caffeine and we'll be fine. So tune in for that. I will also be running an event at Big Bad Con at the end of September. I am going to be putting out a call for questions and it's going to be a workshop, editing and writing in TTRPGs. And I'm really excited. So if anyone is going to be at Big Bad Con, reach out to me. I'm gathering like people who are interested in helping facilitate or have questions. But it's going to be really cool. Okay, that's it. I promise.
I love how that entire outro just showed how much Alice is in Jilly.
There's a lot. There is a lot.
I'm just like, oh, okay, 100%.
Yeah, no, it's real. The method acting is real.
Natalie.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Natalie. I was playing Casey. You can find me most places on the internet. Ghost Candle on Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. Ghostly Candle on Twitch and YouTube. I do a lot of things when I'm here. Well, this is done, but I'll be in other projects soon to be announced on Girls vs. World. It's going to be fantastic. I will be over. I'm also in the charity stream on the Sunday, though, for D8 Dungeon. Playing in a D&D 5e sort of themed game. It's going to be quite fun. On Wednesday, things are switching up because Wednesday I'm going to be back on Zeal Zaddy playing the kids of our PCs from our D&D game and a Kids on Brooms game. So it's adorable. I'm playing the sweetest little girl who doesn't want to be an oracle. It's going to be fun times. And when I'm not floating about and across all the channels and all the stuff that I try and haunt, I haunt my own, where I play solo games and video games and all that fun stuff. I'm going to be doing Oh Captain as my solo in the coming week, so be on the lookout for that. My nights are switching up because it's getting busy for me. August is getting wild, so we're going to do that Friday. So yeah, follow for all the info. Oh, I'm also for August with sweet Rosie on the charity stream for Pirate Borg. You got some awesome stuff there. Doing Extra Life. It's gonna be great. Lots of stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Same notes as Jilly. I just see everybody's characters and their people, and it's lovely, and I miss you already, and I hate it. Oh, Sophia.
Hello, everyone.
Save me from my feelings.
I am Sophia, also known as Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter as Nerdy Teddy, and Sundays for a couple more episodes. Yeah, you can find me on Sword and Key, noon central for Vast Grim. There are worms, and we will see how long my character AJ can keep Avon from gifting people worms. That's not a good thing. Vast Grim is a very interesting game, and so far it's been a lot of fun, so come check that out. I will be there Tuesday for Sagas in the background, so come hang out and chat with me while they play. And let's see, we got a lot of stuff just coming out to games on Nerds with Dice. Saturday is the Masks game, the first episode, so come hang out with that. The 31st is the first game of Neon Shadows, an Arcanapunk game, which will be on August 1st, starting its Kickstarter. So come hang out on the 31st and get a look at it, and then go check out the Kickstarter the next day. And August 4th, we have a horror adventure urban fantasy game, August 4th, Hilfe. So come check that out as well. And keep your eyes out. We have more character or casting calls coming very soon. And our creator app is always open. I do not know if we want to shout out the other project coming in August. Do we want to shout that out?
Other
Abby?
thing? Oh, I mean, why not? It's only a week till August.
Oh, jeez, it is, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So I will shout that out. In this August, running from August 1st to August 31st, Nerds with Dice is going to be hosting a game jam. We're going to host for short games. We're allowing settings, characters, and stuff up to a maximum of 3 pages. And solo games up to a maximum of like 10 pages. with the theme isolation for the solo games. And the other themes are going to be vampires, werewolves, sci-fi horror, folk horror, urban legends, and cryptids for the short games. And the plan is to take the stuff that gets submitted to the game jam and have it be eligible in October to be a part of some charity efforts that we do in October. So come hang out with that and check it out. Just look for Nightmare Before Halloween.
Yep. We are very excited about that, so I look forward to it. All right, everybody. I am Abby. It's been wonderful getting to show off this RPG and the latest edition. If you like our game tonight and you want your own youthful rebellion, which I definitely recommend, as it is genre agnostic as well, you can be youthful rebels in the past, present, and future. Please consider purchasing the new Fall in Love, Not in Line book from Frag and Unicorn Games. Brenna the Banshee is the creation of Sade. We deeply appreciate being able to use her, and further details about her can be found in the Girls Write These Worlds zine #1, Rebirth and Beginnings. As for me, you can find me at the social media places as at Clarion Call for my projects and random nerd girl thoughts. This was my first series. I've deeply enjoyed it. I look forward to more, depending on everybody's, how we go in the future. But also keep an eye on my socials in the next couple weeks, as this is not the only project I have coming. And the next stories will be very different, but I look forward to telling them all with you. Please remember that the Girls Run These Worlds creator app is always open. If you have a story you'd like to tell, we want to help you get it off the ground, and you can find the form in our pinned tweet at Girls Run Worlds. For example, on Mondays, check out, like Ark said, Rangers of the North, the Lord of the Rings series focused on teaching Free League Publishing, One Ring 5th edition system. And tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, Fires of Sharn. The Forges of Eberron should have been dark years ago, and these heroes are going to make sure that they are. If you want to ensure women and femme-centric content like this continues to get made, and the women and femmes putting in the work get paid fairly for it, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, throw us a Twitch subscription, reminder to renew your free Prime sub if you haven't, or drop us a couple of bucks on the coffee. It all goes to this incredible cast and the entire team that helped us get this very cool story of rebellion out for you. Oh, I don't want to stop talking, because if I stop talking, it's over and I'll be sad. Oh, either way, we're going to go ahead and raid in on Fuzka, who is currently playing right now. So please stick around, give them a big hello, or I stand up from the Girls Run These Worlds in your chat. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. And remember, seriously, everyone can make a difference. You just have to stand up. Thank you.